Welcome to Western Glory. This is the 11th video in the series about the construction of my layout based in the 60s and 70s of the Western region. There's been substantial engineering works in November, similar probably to what's happening on the prototype. I would run a replacement bus service, but I haven't got any model buses. Those who follow my videos will notice that the station approaches on the north and the south end of Bristol Temple Meads have been substantially re-engineered, and we'll have a look at that again later in the video. This is the type of photograph I've been working from to get the look and feel of Bath Road shed in the 60s. There's a nice selection of hydraulics and a bit of steam on shed there. You've got the moss and the grass in between the tracks, and how far the cement concrete comes, and the colour of the buildings, brickwork, and just the overall feel. Try and get that 60s look. The shed front I've made at Bath Road is from thin acrylic sheet, and it comes with a blue thin plastic protective coating, and you can peel that off, and that's what I've used for the blue on the front there underneath each of the windows, and it reproduces the colour of the real thing quite well. Most of the brickwork on my layout I use scale scenes, which I find quite effective, that printed paper. I've tried to model the clock on the tower. Could be better. I'll probably have another try at improving that. And the doors of the shed are from plasticard, and it's supposed to represent asbestos roofing, but it works quite well as an up and over door. And the diagonal stripes at the bottom, the warning stripes, are from a Pico engine shed kit. And you've got the stop signs by the doors. They're Bachmann, and I've modified them to suit. There's a few well-known Great Western and Western Region locomotives on shed, as well as Winston Churchill, Battle of Britain, just hiding in there somewhere. I wanted a class 50 to complete my selection of locomotives that would normally run out of Paddington and Bristol Temple Meads in the 60s, and I wanted it with the old head code from the 60s. So a few weeks ago for my birthday I ordered up Resolution, only to find, in fact, that on DC it didn't run very well at all, and when I installed a chip it blew the chip, and the EHT connectors on either end, which you have to take off when you install the chip, the leads were broken already. It was supposedly a new model. Very disappointed, and I don't know if it was Hornby or the shop I bought it from, but they'll remain anonymous for now. I was at the Taunton Raillex exhibition a few weeks back, and I went to the Cheltenham model shop stand, and this Illustrious was there second hand, but I had a quick look at it. It looked immaculate, and I came home and ran it, put a chip in. It's been perfect so far. So thank you, Cheltenham model shop, and quite a bargain. Another thing I decided I needed to have really is the Dapol track cleaner. I've got a number of areas where the track is going to be under scenery, landscape, and difficult to remove that really all the time. So this is going to be an invaluable thing for cleaning the track, vacuuming up dead flies, which seem to appear quite frequently, and other dust, and then giving it the tops of the rails a good buffing up with the pads that come with the cleaner. One thing I wanted to do over the next month was to move on with the overall roof at Bristol Temple Meads. I've made a template for the end of the roof, and in card, and with a photograph of the end of the roof. I've enlarged it to the right scale, so I know what it should look like, and now I need to start cutting up some clear acrylic to make that. That'll be my next job. As you can see, I've been working on the Bristol Temple Meads to get it to a point where it'll be ready to accept the new roof. I've been putting up the buildings on at the back there, and I've started working on this side. These pieces of plywood are going to be the back of this building here, the buff coloured building that runs along the side of the overall roof in Bristol Temple Meads. And then there'll be a series of arches running along here, this side, to that point. In doing this, I realised that the platform wasn't wide enough, and it was a good reason to make it more like the real thing. And you can see the platform construction that I use here. It's basically MDF, and then a rough layer of card, and a more accurate layer of card to make sure it passengers don't have to jump from the train, and then the platform sides again facing card. I have been putting a very fine sandpaper as a surface for the platform on top of that. I'm not convinced about that. So that construction brings it to the right height for the trains. These bits of platform that are dotted around, they're just temporary. They're just to give me an idea of what work I need to do, where the platforms need to go. This is platform 10, where it's going to go now, extending down to opposite Bath Road Shed, which is what it does on the prototype. Another thing I've done over the past month is change the track plan considerably. I was finding that with the existing arrangement, the 4 tracks running straight into the station, that there was no passing loop for an additional train on each of those tracks. And also it wasn't quite prototypical in the sense that I had effectively an up slow, up fast, down slow arrangement, whereas on the Great Western and Western region the tracks tend to go up fast, down fast, and then up slow, down slow. So I've rearranged it to take account of that. And what I've achieved as well is to make the track plan more prototypical in the station itself. You can see as I scan around that the alignment of the tracks has changed, because there's some earlier track beds visible there. So it did take quite a bit of work to redo this track here, but I think it will pay off. And let's have a running session perhaps now. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please comment and make suggestions if you wish. I'll say goodbye from Western Glory for now and finish with a running session.